Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulung Kharisma and I'll be the Adjudicator and Moderator of today's debate session. And as for the Timekeeper role will be held by Hendrik Kusnaini. The motion of this debate is this House believes that experiments on animals should be justified. The common act of scientists of doing experiment on animals, either for science or medical reason, shall be debated here. In the government group, we have Fikri Ariandi as the Prime Minister, Mikael Dede as Deputy Prime Minister, Nehemia as the member of the government, and Venerandra Noptarina as the government whip. In the opposition group, we have Muhammad Hafiz as the leader of opposition, Alessandro Gilbert Toban as deputy leader of the opposition, Poni Betriks as the member of the opposition, and Devy Permatasari as the opposition whip. Alright, we will start the session of this debate by the Prime Minister of the government. Fikri Ariandi, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Thank you Moderator for the time. First, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Fikri Ariandi. I am a Prime Minister of the government team for this debate. The motion of this debate is this House believes that experiments on animals should be justified. As a government team, I agree with that because it's been done before and made many benefits. In a history, Claudius Galen, a Roman physician who lived in the 2nd century BC, is known as the first person to use animals as surgical objects.
1 minute.
Vivisection. For the purpose of studying animal anatomy. Furthermore, William Harvey, who is known as the father of modern physiology, followed in the footsteps of Galen, carrying out experiments on living animals as a method of investigation in the field of physiology. Since then, the use of live animals has become a standard procedure in scientific research in the field of biology, medicine, biomedicine, pharmacology, and scientific research for war purposes. In a sense, the use of animals in the experiments is based on several reasons. First, understanding how the vertebrate body works is very important for researchers in the medical, veterinary, and biomedical fields. Second, current fundamental research finding increase the understanding of new knowledge about human and animal diseases. Third, most drugs applied to humans today were discovered through a series of experiments on animals in the past. Fourth, testing the toxicity of drugs or other substances requires a whole body system, especially to detect unexpected effects or a chemical compound that will be applied to humans. But the most important thing to underline with respect to the use of animals as experimental objects is that scientists are only getting ready to apply treatment to animals. If from an ethical point of view, the procedure is not acceptable to treat on humans. That's why experiments on animal is a right thing and very useful for human life. That is all I can say. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Fikri. Next, I will call for the leader of the opposition, Muhammad Hafiz. The time is yours.
Thanks to the moderator for giving me a chance. My name is Muhammad Hafiz. Here I act as leader of the opposition. I do not agree with the government group because the product quality medical and pharmaceutical researchers at university and research institute require a large number of experimental animals. However, using experimental animals is easy and cannot be argued because there are rules regarding animal health and animal welfare. This is because researchers are fully responsible for the welfare of experimental animals. Medical and pharmaceutical research use animals as research material in like these violates law regarding animal ethics and animal welfare. More and more, people feel it is no longer ethical to sacrifice animals for the sake of human fairness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hafiz. Next turn is for the Deputy Prime Minister, Mikael. Dede, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mikael Dede. I am from the government, and my role is Deputy Prime Minister. We believe that experiment on animal is justified because the experimental animal will not disturb the balance of nature. Because the scientist is already considered about the impact. They will not ignore that. It would be better if we using animal as experiment because the risk is not higher if we using human as experiment. Animal experiment is not just about human interest, but also for the benefit for animals, such as veterinary labs. That's all is fraction of reason why we should animal as experiment. I think that's all my argument. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Dede. Next, I will call for the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Alessandro Gilbert Toban. It's your turn.
Thank you for the time. My name is Alessandro Gilbert Toban. As a Deputy Leader of the Opposition, I disagree with government group because animal testing should be eliminated because it violates animal rights. It causes pain and suffering to the experimental animals and other means of testing products. Toxicity are available. Humans cannot justify making life better for themselves by randomly torturing and executing thousands of animals per year to perform laboratory experiments or test products. Animals should be treated with respect and dignity, and this right to decent treatment is not upheld when animals are exploited for selfish human gain. After all, humans are animals too. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Gilbert. Next turn is for the member of the government. John Nehemia, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time given to me. My name is Nehemia. Here I ask member of the government. We believe the experiment is injustified. I support my group experiment. And we know to now, each year, more than 1 million animals are killed in laboratories. According to that from the people for the ethical harassment of animal or PETA. The world is famous for various scientific purposes. We can see for Dr. Clash Gallen, a Roman doctor who lived in the Tuan country of BNC. Recorded as the first person to use animal as a surgical object for the purpose of studying animal anatomy. Glenus or gladius, also known as gladius or pergamon 129 and 199, was a great Mexican during the Roman Empire. He had a great influence in European medicine. Gladius continues Hippocratic medicine during the Renaissance. Gladius burns its works by condensing risk on animals. One way to do this is from photography of pig with the light ankles nervous and super to by a doctor named William X. 1 April 1578 and J. Jones 1657. Word based on scientific meteorology, he calls the area the blood is pumped throughout the body by the heart. People returning to the heart and resulting in the class system, and this is proven by experiment on animals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. Next, I will call for the member of the opposition. Poni Betriks, it is your turn.
Thank you for the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Poni Betriks, and I am the third speaker of member of opposition. House will review my arguments. I might add that, in accordance with regulatory requirements, we monitor the feature of pharmaceutical and nutritional products that we market in terms of safety and efficiency. This is thanks to a dedicated organization comprising a qualified pharmacovigilance person or veterinarians and an intern qualified person who compiles all the case analysis and decides whether or not these side effects are attributable to the use of the drugs or foods in question and officially reporting this case to the supervisory, this case to authorities when appropriate. For example, the addition of precaution for the use, thus making their use safer. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Poni. Next is the turn for the government whip. Venerandra Noptarina, the time is yours.
First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity given to me to talk here. I am Venerandra Noptarina from the government team as government whip. So clearly, all things about animal experiment is justified based on all the opinions you have heard from the government team. Animal experiment contributes to life-saving cures and treatments. So there should be no prohibitions against using animal experiments because it helps a lot of people and even our environment. Animal experiments has helped us to make life-changing discoveries. Millions of lives have been saved or improved as a result. Animal experiments is essential for all of our futures. Thanks to such animal experiments, we have better lives and survival rates for many cancer, for instance, and continue to improve. That's all from me. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you, Venerandra. For the last turn is the opposition whip. Devy Permatasari, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Devy Permatasari. Here I am as opposition whip. I will give my opinion on this. The suffering of experimental animals is unnecessary. because experiment with animals to give the correct conclusion. Usual mechanism in humans. In modern time, all experiments can be done using tissue culture or computer simulation. Experimental animal is not easy and cannot be done arbitrarily because there are rules regarding animal ethics and animal welfare. This is because researchers are fully responsible for the welfare of experimental animals. Thank you.
Okay, it seems we have arrived at the end of the session. Thank you everyone for whoever participated in this debate, and thank you Hendrik for assisting us as the timekeeper. As for which group win this debate will be decided by Sir Sahrawi. Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.